I'm Miss Dara from the Rogers Public Library, and this is the first Animal Explorers craft video. So let's see what we're going to do today. So we are going to make this cute little spider, and we're going to make him a web so that you can put his little foot through this hole, through any hole actually, so that he will sit on his web. All right, so this spider is based off of a story called Anansi the Spider. And this one is by Gerald McDermott, but the story is based on a African folk tale or a trickster tale that has been told for a long time. So I'm going to kind of tell you that story. Anansi had 6 sons. So the first son, he was named Trouble Seer, so he could see trouble a long way away. The second son was Road Builder, so you can guess he could build roads really good and really fast. The third son was River Drinker, and so he could drink up all the water in the river, just like really fast, and could drink it all up. I don't know how it fit into a little bitty spider, but he could. The fourth son was Animal Skinner, so he could skin animals really good. And the fifth son was Rock Thrower, who could throw rocks with great accuracy. And then the final son was Ground Pillow, who could lie on the ground and make it really, really soft. So one day, Anansi left to travel, and he went a long way. And while he was gone, he found this big round ball, and it was really bright and pretty, and he thought this would make a great gift for my sons. And so while he was gone, his sons started getting worried because he was gone for over a month, and they were like, where is he? And so Trouble Seer, his first son, looked for him because he could see a long way, and he realized that he had fallen into the river. And then he saw that he had been eaten by a big fish. And so Road Builder built a road through the jungle really quick so that River Drinker could run up there and drink all the water out of the river. And then Animal Skinner went and skinned the fish and got Anansi out of the fish. Well, they had just gotten him out when a big eagle swooped down and ate Anansi up. And they were like, what? And the eagle just flew away. And so the other son, which was Rock Thrower, threw a rock at the eagle and hit the eagle, and it just spit back out Anansi. And he started falling through the sky, and they were like, oh no, he's going to hit the ground and die. But then Ground Pillow just laid on the ground right where he fell, and Anansi just fell down and hit Ground Pillow, and it was a really soft landing, and he was fine. And so all of his sons had worked together to save his life. And so here he has this great big ball, and he's wanting to give it to somebody because his sons were so special, and he wanted to give it to one of them. And so he was like, who should I give it to? And his sons saw this ball, and they all wanted it. So they started arguing about this ball that they wanted. And none of them could figure out, and he couldn't figure out what to do with it. And so they fought about it. And so Anansi called on the sky god to come to earth to help him decide. And he said for him to give it to which one the sons deserved it the most. Well, none of the sons could decide who wanted it. And then the sky god was like, well, I have a solution where all of them could share it. And so he took it up into the sky, and that's how we have the sun. That was a cool story, isn't it? So Anansi, he learned something, and his sons learned to work together. So a lot of the trickster tales or folk tales have a great moral to the story. And so this one is that you should work together, and sometimes you get rewarded for doing a good job. So let's see how we're going to make this spider. So in your packet that you can pick up at the library, there is a couple different things. So there's this and this bag here. So let's get this out. So you're going to need some glue and some string here. Okay. So make sure that your string doesn't get knotted when you pull it out like mine did. Okay, and we'll make our spider in just a minute. Let's go ahead and make the web real quick. So you can either tape this onto the back like I did on this one. I just taped it here. Or you can just tie it. So on this one, I'm just going to tie it. So you just pick a hole and stick it in there and just tie it. And I'm just knotting this. And then find your other end, and you just want to keep going kind of across from it. So there. And I always go through the hole at the top. And so you just kind of poke it through there. And each time I'm just trying to go kind of across somewhere. And I want to go from the top. And it doesn't really matter. It just looks a little bit nicer. So if you go from the bottom one time, you forget or something, it's not a big deal. So, and everybody's yarn is a little bit different colors here. So your web might not look just like mine. This one's kind of blue. This one's pink. So, and if you go back and forth, kind of trying to go across each time, it makes a nice little pattern. All right, there's that. So on that last one, you'll just tie that off. And then cut off this extra little piece. And there you go. There's your web. All right, so to make the spider, you'll need the legs. And so you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't need 5. You only need 4. So yours should only have 4 in there, not 5. So you just take these like this and cross them and twist them together. Okay, and then kind of move them around, and then you're going to want to glue them to the bottom. So leave room for your head here. Take your 2 poof balls, and so we're going to glue. Just stick some glue, and you can use tacky glue. You can use Elmer's glue, or you could use hot glue. Hot glue, it's going to get done faster because you don't have to wait for it to dry. You just have to wait for it to cool. So I'm using tacky glue, but you can use whatever you want. Okay. You just glue that on there. And then you're going to want to fold your legs. And I just bend mine so it has a joint there at the top. And then you need a foot at the bottom. Okay, so that one stands up really tall. If you don't want him to stand up as tall, you can just kind of flatten it out a little bit, and it will be more like my first one was. Then you can take your beads and your eyes. So the eyes here, just put some glue on it. And there we go. There's my little spider. Then you just put beads on his legs. So I just put one at the top, and then I put 3 down the middle. So you just keep doing that all the way around until you get a spider that's got cool legs like that. And if it's kind of weird looking at first, you can just move it around so that it looks better. All right, so that's how you make the spider. Another spider that you're going to make, you're going to want to go wash your hands before you get started on this one. So this is our snack. So in your bag, you're going to have a cookie, a couple eyes, and some red licorice. So in this bag is just some icing. And so if you take a spoon, I'm going to use the handle of it, or if you have like a little butter knife or something, you just need a little icing to put on the back of the eyes, and it doesn't take very much. And we're just going to stick those on. And then I'm going to use the licorice here to make legs. So there's a couple of them pulled off here. So you want to make them kind of the same length. And you need 8 legs. 5, 6, 7, 8. And I have a couple extra little pieces here. And you just stick these into the side. And you might have to open your cookie a little bit in order to get it in there. And it kind of sticks to your fingers a little bit. And you just mush it back together. And you have a little spider. So there you go. That's our crafts for today. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.